If you want to maintain your health and well-being, you need to get rid of all the negativity in your life. Many of us have a lot more negativity than we may think. As a solo single who lives alone, you would think my life would be quiet enough that I wouldn't have to worry about stress. Where would I get stressed? I don't have anybody around. But being solo and single does not mean there's no stress or negativity in your life. Think about it. My doctor did a cortisol test on me morning and it was really high. I've been having problems with heart palpitations at night. She had put me on electrolytes and upped my magnesium, and that helped quite a bit. They weren't coming as often. But they still did come. And she thinks it's my cortisol now that we have that test. She did a 24-hour, and that was normal. But the morning one wasn't. So she's thinking my cortisol is rising in the middle of the night for some reason, which is like a stress hormone. And it shouldn't be rising in the middle of the night. Because I also told her that usually a lot of nights I'll wake up at 2, 3 in the morning and can't get back to sleep. It's the cortisol. For some reason it rises around that time and doesn't stop, and I need to get rid of that. Anyway, she gave me some ideas and I started reading into it, and I've done a few things to try to reduce the negativity and the stuff that's coming into my household. Number one is just totally decreasing the amount of news I watch, because most news anymore is totally negative, totally bad. Who wants to read about murders and child abuse and animal abuse and everything else? Politics too. Politics is horrible. I don't want to hear anything about anything that has to do with politics or this administration or nothing. The only thing I want to hear is if it's going to directly affect me. And I've learned if I do hear anything, which is impossible to not see anything, I'm just on social media or even anywhere, it's always appearing. I may read the headline or whatever and just ignore it, saying, okay, I'm going to let it go. Or sometimes if it's a bad like murder, like somebody's been murdered or something like that, I may bow my head, pray for the family, and then just let it go, leave it go to God. I mean, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing anybody else can do, really. I mean, just leave it to law enforcement to find the people who killed the people, and God will take care of it too. So I've learned to just let all this stuff go, all the negativity in the world. I mean, of course, there are things that are going to happen in everybody's life that's going to affect them, and it's going to be hard to totally do without negativity. I mean, we all get sick now and then, or we have death in a family or something like that, and maybe we even have family members. I mean, people are another thing that you need to watch too, because there is a lot of negative people. I know I had a mother who was very bad that way. She was so pessimistic. Everything was bad. Nothing would work. Sometimes she would just go on and not have a nice thing to say about anybody or anything. She passed like 6 years ago, so I don't have to deal with it now, thankfully. But I still think of her, and she was family. You know, I had to put up with it. I wasn't going to ignore her, especially in her last days as she was going downhill. Sometimes we can't get totally away from it. But once we do get away from it, whatever's causing us to get down, we need to just let it go. Forget about it. I know I'm me in the middle of the night when I wake up, like 2, 3 in the morning a lot of times, and I can't get back to sleep. I just lie there, and what goes through my head, all these bad thoughts. I start thinking about all the bad things that happened in my marriage, and think, what if I did it this way or did it that way? What if I didn't marry him? It's like, what is the point of all this? Why am I going around and around? And this happens so many nights. I don't know, does anybody else have that problem at night? I mean, I hate it. So a lot of times what I'll do, in that case, I have an app on my phone that has sleep stories and sleep meditations and stuff, and I'll put something like that on just so I can listen to something different and get all the hard stuff out of my brain. I don't know why my mind goes to stuff like that. Why can't it go to the good stuff when I'm lying there? I mean, it does sometimes, I have to admit. It's not always, but it's way too often when negative stuff, all the bad stuff in my life just hits me and stuff. I hate it. But anyway, I mean, there are other things that stress me out too, like because I'm solo single, I don't talk to anybody too much. I lead a very quiet life, and I like it that way. Sometimes when people get to talking to me too much, it gets to me too much. I start feeling stressed. I mean, I start feeling hot. It's kind of like an anxiety type thing. I'm introverted, so I need my alone time. Too much coming at me is not good. Not good for my well-being. Other people can probably take that just fine, but not me. Like recently, I had a handyman here. He was power washing my home, and then I wanted to talk to him about doing my bathroom. I wanted to walk and shower in my bathroom. He's like one of these people that loves to yap, yap, yap. I mean, he's a nice guy and he does good work, which is why I don't mind hiring him for things. But he was just yap, yap, yap for a whole half hour. He was taking measurements in my bathroom and talking about this and that, and he was talking about different customers and jobs he did and the good and the bad. Bad employees he's had and the whole 9 yards. I was thankful to get rid of him and needed some quiet. But then I was talking to my best friend. When we talk, we don't talk that often. So we talk about an hour on the phone because she lives down in Florida. She's probably listening, and hi, I'm not going to say your name because I know you won't like that probably. But, and then she started talking to me, and she started talking to me about something weird that happened in her life, and everything was good in the beginning of the conversation. But towards the end, I think it started getting to be too much, simply because when people start talking to me too much, as I just said, I get a little bit anxious and stressed out. But she started talking about, oh, this administration did this. Immediately, my blood pressure rose. And I was like, okay, we need to get off of these negative conversations, I told her. It's just like, I can't take it. And it's like, I'm trying my darndest to keep the stress levels low. So I'm doing everything I can to do so. YouTube is kind of good too. It's kind of like therapy because I get to talk on here and just talk it all out. And sometimes it makes me feel better. Even though I know there's not a person right here answering me or listening to me. I know people might be listening on YouTube. I mean, I'm not one who has a lot of subscribers or people that do view my videos, but I don't care. That's not why I'm on here. But anyway, this is just my take on getting rid of all the negativity. I mean, even social media at times can be very negative, and I try to get rid of it. It's just like, some of the stuff is just like horrible. I want to know what's going on in my town and all, which is why I subscribe to a lot of the town sites, but it's like, some of it's horrible. As I said, I'll just pray and then I move on. Pray for the people and move on. Anyway, this is my take on just getting rid of the negativity that's in your life. How do you handle getting rid of the negativity that would be in your life? I'd sure like to hear about it. Thanks for listening if you made it this far. Signing off, Linda.